What is going on, Taurus? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. This is going to be your reading for the month of October that we're hopping into now, and we are a little bit late. We're definitely behind a little bit for your reading, so sorry for the delay. Hopefully you guys are doing good out there, though, having a good day or night whenever you're listening to this. We're going to see what's going on with these autumn energies. Fall has finally came into the building, so I'm liking the change of the seasons. Now, Taurus, I was getting like a little channel message for you before I started to record, and it was something about aromatherapy. That may be something that kind of like helps you out in the month of October, or something you may want to use to manifest, because I was seeing a vision of you guys kind of like smelling these new aromas. The key though is going to be to try new aromas, right? Not something that like you're used to or that you always get, that you always love to smell. I feel like if you try some new aromas, some new smells, some new, whatever it is that you do to kind of like bring in a smell, it may be through like scented candles or other things, I don't know. But yeah, other things like what are those things called? It just slipped my mind. Anyways, smell may be a key factor to you really bringing in new opportunities, new experiences, new people, just a fresh type of energy, because I keep seeing you guys like smell things, and it's like it's opening up that sense, the sense of smell, but it's also triggering like other faculties that you have, maybe emotionally or mentally, or some of your other senses. But there's something about smell that's going to be like a catalyst for you to manifest some changes in your world. Yeah, so just a little bit of that. So I'm shuffling for you guys, and we're going to be hopping into the tarot. We're using the crystal tarot deck today, and the wild unknown, and also the fairy deck that I forget what the name of that deck is, but let's do this. Taurus, Bull Gang. I miss Bull Gang for some reason. Like, I haven't spoke to you guys in forever, so yeah, hopefully you miss me too. Let's see what you guys have. The Two of Swords comes out first. Okay, with the High Priestess and the Ten of Wands. So let's just get into it. Starting off, you guys, is that right? Let's do it over here. Okay. So starting off, you may kind of be in a space where October brings in maybe a wave of like options, or a wave of kind of like indecision, or you trying to get clear about something, you wanting to be clear about your path, your direction in life, what it is that you're doing, what it is you're committing yourself to, your routine, whatever that could be. But the Two of Swords does represent indecision, you know having two options or more than one option, and you're trying to figure out, okay, which way should I go? Now, this is going to be a time for you to really be tapped in and in tune with your intuition, because you guys are coming up as the High Priestess. So with that High Priestess energy, you're tapping into your subconscious energy, right? You're tapping into the unseen realms, that guidance that you get from the divine, from your spirit guides, from your spiritual team, your ancestors, whoever that could be, that kind of helps you out with directing you, right? And so this may be a month where you're wanting to really tap into that side of yourself, right? I believe Tauruses are highly intuitive individuals, just point blank. So you're really going to see a boost in that energy stepping into October. This also may be a time for you to really tap into your psychic abilities. For some of you guys, you may start to feel this psychic ability come online for you, right? Or these spiritual gifts that you have kind of are coming online for you in some sort of way. And I feel it's really helping you out when it comes down to certain things in your everyday life, that you're not totally clear about, or like I said, the direction that you feel like your life is headed in. So this energy that comes in, I feel is possibly helping you make some major decisions in your life. Okay, now those major decisions may be tied into the Ten of Wands energy, things that you're thinking about wrapping up or closing out in your life, things that you're thinking about walking away from or that you need closure with. This is a cycle that has come to a completion, right? Or a cycle that is needed to be completed in some sort of way, because the Two of Swords lets me know that maybe you're not all the way, decided. You're not all the way convinced that this is a cycle that needs to be closed out with the Ten of Wands. And this may be something that, possibly you're still trying to hold on to. But with the Ten of Wands being here, it has to be harder and harder to try to hold on to this cycle, because this is a heavy cycle when we're talking about that Ten of Wands energy, right? This is something that has a lot of burdens attached to it, a lot of work, duty, responsibility, pain, even, right? And I mean, for a certain extent of time, this is a cycle that does help you out with the Ten of Wands energy, because it develops you. The more weight that you can carry, you develop muscle, right? The more experiences that try you or challenge you develops your character. And so I feel like a lot of Tauruses have just been here for a while, but you're trying to decide whether you want to wrap that cycle up and head in a new direction or not. And your intuition is really going to be key to you figuring that out. Like, what is next? Right? Anytime I see the Ten of Wands energy, it makes me think of that Pai Mei energy that was introduced in the movie Kill Bill, and Pai Mei was her trainer. And I talk about this almost like in all my readings whenever I really get deep into the Ten of Wands energy, because it was where she went to train in the martial arts, the character Black Mamba inside of Kill Bill. But Pai Mei was her trainer, and Pai Mei to me represented that Saturn energy, right? Saturn is like a harsh taskmaster or a very harsh trainer that puts you through the ringer, right? It's like he leaves nothing undone or unchecked when it comes down to your character, your inner fortitude, your strength, you know? And so with the Ten of Wands energy, you go through it and you train very, very hard. And it's like all of those weaknesses that you have that keep you from being your highest potential or your greatest good or the greatest version of yourself, those things that limit you that you probably didn't know about until you came into contact with Saturn, are what is being kind of like, those are the things that get brought out of you, or the light gets shined on them. But when you get done with that and you wrap it up, you move into a space where now you're like, okay, well, what's next? Right? And I feel like a lot of Tauruses are there. It's like you've been doing this very deep training, this deep energy work, and now it's like you're trying to figure out what is coming next. And I mean, what's coming next is the Ten of Pentacles, right? It's like now that you've done the work of building the foundation of this house, right? Ten of Wands energy, you're ready to step into a space where you're enjoying the fruits of the labor, right? You're enjoying the fruits of the labor of this house. So this is your harvest that I feel is coming in. And I've been speaking about this for a very long time with Tauruses, because you guys have been moving very gradually and progressively to a space of receiving this harvest, this payout from the universe, right? This fruit, right? That you've been kind of toiling and working the soil in order for growth, in order for growth to come in. So I do feel like the Ten of Pentacles is coming in, and this is abundance that's definitely happening for you guys financially, materially. Like, this is wealth that's coming in for you in more ways than one. Okay, so this cycle right here definitely needs to be closed out. And I feel like somebody here has kind of grown accustomed to the Ten of Wands cycle. And that's usually how it is. It's like once you get that deep into a certain amount of training, it's like you grow accustomed to it. Like, let's just say people that go off to boot camp, right? Psychologically, they break you down inside of this boot camp training, and then they build you up, but then they keep you in this space of training. It's like you get psychologically used to being a soldier or a Marine or whatever it is that you're being trained for. Ten of Wands energy. So then when boot camp is over, it's like you have become this totally new person, and you're like, okay, well, what's next? Like, and that's when they usually give you your mission, like your next mission, where you're going to go, where you're headed next, right? Where you're going to be stationed. What do you have to involve yourself with? So a lot of you Tauruses are at that point, is what I definitely feel. Um, yeah, we have the moon card that comes out after that, and the star card, right? Wow. And so you can kind of see how these two energies are kind of the opposite from each other, but the same at the same time. The moon card talks about hidden things that are hidden from our consciousness. It also talks about fears that are buried beneath the surface, that are lying dormant, things that hide in the shadows of, the dark or the moon. Now, the star card represents everything being illuminated, right? And it speaks about this clarity coming in, and it speaks about the shining that kind of happens once you become clear of who you are and your path and your purpose and where you're headed next. And this is what I feel like is really happening for you guys. A lot of Tauruses are in October coming out of this dark energy, or coming out of this hidden energy, right? And it's like, it's so weird though, because I see a lot of dual energy that's happening here, because you have the moon energy, and it's like, even inside of the moonlight, you can have things revealed to you, you know, that would almost be hidden in the sunlight. Okay, we're tapping into that dual energy. The moon is once again tapped in tune with the subconscious energy that the high priestess also represents. So when we're talking about that moon energy, we're talking about things that are hidden, but also things that you can discover about yourself in your darkness, right? And it coincides with this training that I've been talking about. You guys going through this dark night of the soul, this deep training to unearth some of these gifts and abilities that have been lying dormant in you and hiding inside of your psyche for a very long time. So you've been taking this deep dive into the darkness, the dark night of the soul, or the dark side of the moon, right? That moon energy. And so I do feel like this is starting to now uncover something that you're ready to show to the world as the star. Your gifts, okay, your uniqueness, the things that make you you. All right. And so I don't know. For some reason, I feel like in the month of October, some of you guys are going to be really shining your energy out, because you've already been through this process of trying to find what that is with the moon. You've come into contact with your high priestess in the darkness. Your energy that leads you and guides you, your deep intuition, has been activated, right? And so now it's like you have to release that cycle of the Ten of Wands. You have to release that boot camp training and that gauntlet energy, because now it's like the training is over. Now it's time for the performance. Now it's time for the mission. Now it's time for real time, right? And if you've been in this place of being incubated by the universe and been in this place of deep inner work, being prepared for the point in time when you're ready to be the star, it's like now it is time to really kind of like let that go, because you have this mission waiting for you. It's like you've been giving, some of you guys have been given your mission already, but it's like you're still wanting to be inside of the boot camp for some reason. You want to go another round in the gauntlet for some reason with the Ten of Wands, but you've already done this. You've already really mastered this energy, is what I'm definitely picking up. So October is really going to show you that it's like you don't need the dark nights of the soul anymore. All right. It's like you already uncovered that energy that has already been crystallized in your energetic signature, right? Or your vibrational um I forget the word, but it's like this high priestess energy is going to be letting you know that, and it's also going to be directing you to this new space that some of you guys have been indecisive about moving into for some reason. So Taurus, I don't even know where all this is coming from, but I think it's for somebody out here is what I kind of feel. Yeah, because somebody has kind of been fighting this process with the Seven of Wands is what I pick up. Somebody here has been kind of guarded when it comes down to this new beginning, this new mission that you're being given, this new direction that you're being turned to, and you're being guided to release this older cycle and close it out. But for some reason, somebody here is fighting against this this new chapter or this new cycle that wants to come in, and that's what I keep feeling. It's like you're guarded. Like, wait a minute, what's going to happen? Like, what's like almost too guarded is what I feel. Um, but that energy I feel needs to be transmuted. It needs to be transformed in a way to where you're not holding back, you're not guarding yourself too much, but you're pushing forward towards this new direction, towards your harvest, right? Towards your ability and your time to shine. Okay, with that star energy. And I mean, you guys already have three major arcana cards that came out for you: the High Priestess, the Moon card, and the Star card. And those three are very similar energies, like, right? Like all of them kind of are dealing with the same thing when it comes down to this subconscious energy or this hidden ability that is coming to the forefront in some sort of way. So I feel like the very thing that some of you guys are kind of like fighting against, it's almost like when you find out your weakness is actually your strength, is that type of energy that I'm feeling for some of you Tauruses. It's like your weakness is actually your strength. And so one of the major things that maybe you've been fighting against or thinking that you have to conquer and thinking that it's so much a part of your shadow, it really may be the thing that's going to catapult you forward in some sort of way, but it just has to be flipped. There's a need to see it from a different point of view. And that's what I feel the moon energy is about for some of you guys. You're looking at something under the moonlight, right? And it's like it's taking on a different form than it does in the sunlight. It's almost like it may be something that, when you feel like when you present it to the world or something about yourself that when the world sees it, um it's like you think they don't like this about you, or you think it's something that you need to hide, right? Almost like our shadow self is. But then when you get deep into it and you start to develop it and you understand it and you're able to integrate it into your consciousness, into the light of day, right? The sun, it's like you start to recognize that, wait a minute, this is actually a gift. This is actually something that I can use to move my life forward, right? And I don't know, I kind of get that energy. So for you Taurus specifically, I don't know exactly what that is for you, but I feel like it's something that you need to kind of head towards, right? We have the Page of Wands energy, right? Right after Ace of Wands. So this is a new beginning for you. This is a new chapter. This is a new page that you're heading into. This is something that you're feeling passionate about. It may be something in its beginning phase, but you've been given this direction in the month of October. And I feel like you are wanting to like dive into this or jump into this, right, with a certain level of momentum because you've uncovered this thing about yourself that is very unique. And whenever I see this Page of Wands energy, it speaks about someone's uniqueness, someone's ability to take something that possibly is already there, but put their spin on it, put their unique point of view on it, right? It's almost like that saying that they say, don't reinvent the wheel, right? But put your touch on it, right? What do you want to add to this? So some of you guys may be starting something that goes into a industry or a certain area that has already been built, or business that already is in operation or something like that, but you're wanting to put your unique spin on it. You're wanting to put your creativity on it, or use your gift in order to bring out something different within this industry. That's the Page of Wands. All right, what else came out for you guys? I thought I put something else. No. Three of Swords energy comes out. So some of the things that you guys are kind of fearing here, I feel, have to do with past heartbreaks or things that disappointed you in the past, emotional disappointments. And so there's something here that's connected to this cycle here. Excuse me, that you're wanting to almost kind of let go of, because it comes along with a certain level of disappointment and heartbreak. But at the same time, it's almost like it's a struggle for you to let go of this cycle or close it out. It's like you're still indecisive about this, you know? But the thing is, what I'm getting is that it was just training. It was just like, whatever this is, this heartbreak or this thing that didn't work out for you in your past, or this, deep disappointment, it was just used, by the universe in order to level you up, in order to upgrade you with the Ten of Wands energy. And now it's not really needed. Coming into October, it's like you guys have graduated, and a lot of you guys are already taking on this star power and moving in your purpose and in your path and your individual type of energy, right? But there may be some Tauruses that are still kind of like, you know, afraid of stepping into their power. So I kind of see this back and forth energy that's happening. All right, let's jump into your wild unknown messages and see what the universe wants to say. All right. Let's do it. Taurus. Son of Swords comes out. We have the Seven of Cups energy that comes out right below or right behind that. And Seven of Wands again. So yeah, Son of Swords, right? This is the Knight of Swords energy. So for some of you guys, it's almost like something here wants to speed up in your world. Some sort of quick movement wants to come in October, and you may be experiencing a lot of things that are starting to speed up for you in your life in October, because you're deciding to close out a certain chapter or cycle of your life and just wrapping it up. Okay. And if this is not happening quick enough, you may feel the push of the universe that's kind of like pushing you to close something out, right? It's like somebody is wanting you, it's like they're wanting you to get to a certain space here. But there's also some resistance. Once again, Seven of Wands energy comes out. Somebody here is almost resisting the momentum. It's almost like you're resisting the change in some sort of way, and you're guarding your space that you've kind of grown accustomed to, right? Because that's the type of energy that I feel. It's almost like that movie Castaway, right, with Tom Hanks. And when he first got to that island and was there by himself, like he almost really like lost his mind, or to a certain extent, he did lose his mind. But after some time there and seeing that it kind of like was no escape off of this island, he grew accustomed to it, and he had his routine, and he had, the volleyball or soccer ball that he spoke to, Wilson, right? And that was his friend, and it's like he had grown accustomed to it. So when it came time for him to kind of leave that island and go back to, right, his life, or go back to civilization and society, he felt a little on edge about it. Like he was like, I don't know if, maybe I want to stay on this island. I've got so used to it. Um and there were some fears that kind of accompanied his like decision to move forward back into civilization, because he knew he would not be the same, or things would not be the same. And they were not, like when he went back. everything had changed, right? And this is what I feel like is happening for you guys. Like, somebody here may be like on their voyage or return back to civilization or back to the matrix after you've been unplugged from the matrix for so long, and you've been deep into your spirituality, your spiritual journey, but now you're being called back into the matrix. All right, it's like you're being plugged back in, but it's like now you're coming into this thing with this knowledge. You see that flame, that fire representing illumination. You have knowledge of who you are and what the matrix is and what you're supposed to do. So now that you're being called back into this position, although you're moving into this space of the veil got kind of being placed back over your eyes, supposedly, because you still can see, you're still feeling this illusion that the Seven of Cups represents. You're still confused just a little bit about moving back into, you know, this matrix, for lack of better words. It's like you don't know for sure if you can, kind of like trust yourself with some people out there. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but it's like the Seven of Cups represents not knowing what decision to make, and second guessing yourself because you feel that maybe you're going to be fooled in some sort of way, or you're going to sabotage the mission. Okay, and this is where you're really needing to depend on this knowledge that you have developed as you were in incubation or while you were unplugged from the matrix. This deep, intuitive energy that you have been working with, this psychic ability. All right, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm picking up for you, Taurus. It's like moving into October, and this is the theme too, because with October we deal with a lot of these kind of darker subconscious energies, and for you, you have the Seven of Cups, subconscious, the Moon card, your subconscious mind, right? The High Priestess, your subconscious innate abilities and intuition, right? The Seven of Wands energy, right? Is even the picture of that is talking about bringing illumination into the dark, right? And then we have your Star card that comes out in the midst of all of this darkness, right? So it's like you are going to be shining at a time or inside of some sort of, you know, illusion where it feels like maybe things are not what they seem. I don't know where this is going, but I feel like it's kind of confusing, because it is going to be a little confusing for you, Taurus. Um it's like on the surface everything is going to look one way, but really in reality it's a different type of way. It's like you're really the star, right? Like you're really are coming into this like illusion to shine in some sort of way, but the illusion may play tricks on you in some sort of way, is what I'm feeling. So however that kind of is going to match your energy, Taurus, I feel like I'm speaking to so many people, so it's going to line up differently depending on who you are. um you guys let me know about it in the comments. All right. um So after that, the world card wanted to come out. And so once again, this is the brand new fresh cycle that you're stepping into. This is the new world. And you've already been stepping into this new world for a while now, Taurus. We've been talking about it a lot, month to month with the readings that come out. But it's like in October, you're really experiencing this new cycle in a new way, in a different way, because I do feel like there was something that you were holding on to with the old cycle that was keeping you from really like experiencing the newness, right? It's like some of you guys kind of came into this new world almost shell shocked with what has happened in your life, or what you've experienced in the past. So it's like once you really let go of that shell shock energy, you're able to really like take on this new cycle from a new set of eyes, a new lens. Okay? And it is giving you a lot more passion or determination or confidence, energy, motivation, inspiration to move forward on this new path. Okay, Ace of Wands energy. And we also have the Three of Pentacles coming out. So some of you guys may definitely be pushing yourself into this entrepreneurship, or this lane of being more independent with your finances or in your life in general. You may also be wanting to collaborate with other people or connect with other people in a different or new way with the Three of Pentacle energy. But it's all because you're really starting to really I feel surrender to the new chapter that you're stepping into, as opposed to fighting it. Okay. So yeah, hopefully that made sense to you guys, Taurus. I'm gonna wrap up the reading right there. But we're gonna pull a fairy card for you and see if we can kind of sum up the messages that kind of came out. I feel like your reading was a little bit everywhere, but not really. For Taurus, yeah, 10 of Autumn energy. So just like in the beginning, we had the 10 of Pentacles that came out. This is the same energy. This is a time for you to really reap a harvest. Okay, it coming into October, Taurus. It says take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. So yeah, you may be thinking very long term coming into October, because you've stepped into this new beginning. So you're thinking about, okay, how far does this road go? All right. And some of you guys are going to be collecting your harvest in October, is what I really feel too. So congratulations on that, Taurus. I'm going to wrap it up right there for you guys. Hopefully that resonated with you. If it did, let me know about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new here. You can also follow me on my IG at chrisanthony14lbs, chrisanthony14pounds. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can check the description below. It'll have all the details about how to book. All right, until the middle of October, stay safe out there, Taurus. And I'll see you guys later. All right.